Robert Saleh going back to that defense after the just mess that was the New York Jets, feeling liberated from the New York media, from the Johnson family, from the quarterback drama. That defense, when Robert Saleh was coaching that defense for the Jets, was elite. We saw how bad they got after he left, and he was doing that with every obstacle. He was handcuffed by this team. He gets to go back to San Francisco with a talented defense and a coach who will trust in him implicitly. And a lot of guys on that team who remember what it was like when he was there. And he was so freaking good and so smart. And the way he was so intense on that sideline, he got to be himself as a defensive coordinator. He couldn't do that as a head coach with the Jets. Give me Robert Saleh, San Francisco 49ers. You guys are
Love it.
shaking
Yeah.
your heads.
Yeah, but that was my second pick as well, and frankly, it's a 1B more than a number two. Like we talked about this just before we started the show. San Francisco was my very first bet of the new NFL season to win the Super Bowl next year. I know you guys are in on them as well. We forget because it's been a few years now. Number one, the Jets defense just last year was great with Robert Saleh. Then they got rid of him and it fell completely off a cliff, but he was that good for them. Before that, though, the thing we forget, as much as we give Kyle Shanahan credit and as good as the offense Saleh is, their defense actually ranked higher than the offense in the years that Saleh was there. And it's not like the offense was bad. That's just how great, how elite the
Yeah.
defense was. So you're right. It's not the same names anymore, but there's still a lot of talent there. They lost a ton of injury games last year.
Yeah.
So just getting back healthy, I think they, to me, remind me the reason that I picked them was I was due in like January. Okay, who will be next year's? What's the team that's hot right now? Who's next year's Commanders? Who is next year's Eagles? That sort of thing. I think that the Niners are next year's Eagles. I think getting that new voice in to lead the defense, a new old voice in their case, just like the Eagles did, and then getting healthy again, and a team that just the stock is too low because of the way the season ended, just like the Eagles had the previous year, where the Eagles, remember, fell apart. And we didn't even know are we going to keep Nick Sirianni or going to fire him. And we even got that a little bit into the season. It was 2-2 starting out, I think, and we didn't know if they were going to be any good. They got to that bye week, and everything just clicked into place, and off they went. Obviously, McCaffrey was out last season. That's the Saquon Barkley of the team. Getting him back. We say running backs don't matter, but a couple of them really do matter and change everything about an offense. Getting him back in there, getting Trent Williams back healthy on the line. I'm not worried about losing Deebo Samuel. They've got plenty of other options. They were preparing for that anyway. I think San Francisco, to me, is a co-favorite in the NFC. Like, I don't even think that they are a sleeper. I would just put them with Philadelphia and ahead of Detroit or other teams in the NFC. So I think the revamped defense, the renewed defense is big there. I really like Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator hired in Seattle. I wanted to be excited about them with him and with Mike McDonald. And then they were like, yeah, but we're not really sure what we're doing. Goodbye, Gino, and goodbye, DK. That was my other Super Bowl bet. I'm already just kind of counting that ticket as a loss because I don't know what's happening. They decided they're in transition when I thought that they had a possible contender there. But to my San Francisco pick, to our San Francisco pick, the one thing I didn't love about it was that I really like Seattle right there in the division. So, okay, well, if Seattle's worse, I guess San Francisco can get a couple easier wins in the division maybe as well.
The best coaching hire to me is up in New England, a guy we all love. Is it not? What do you say, Chad?
Yeah. I mean, like, I just asked you who the best coaching hire was. You gave me 10 minutes on Brian fucking Schottenheimer. And now at the end of this, we're going to Mike Vrabel. Of course, Mike Vrabel is a better hire than Brian Schottenheimer.
I don't know if that's true.
I'm just thinking, like, do I think Robert Saleh is a better piece to get the 49ers over the top and make them more of a Super Bowl contender? Do I think Mike Vrabel is making the Patriots a Super Bowl contender right now? Maybe.
There you go. That's right. That's right. I just think he can change the whole culture. So that's why I love it so much. Where it's like he
Why
can
didn't
come
you
in and
say
just
him
change.
first over Brian Schottenheimer?
No, because the Brian Schottenheimer was so out of left field. People knew the Vrabel conversation was coming because you teased it earlier. So I didn't want to start with him just because people knew it was coming. But it's the move that just jumped out to both of us. We loved it so much. my sick mind, I was thinking of all the ways we could get rid of Sirianni after that week 4. When we were 2-2, I
And
was
getting
like, oh my
Vrabel.
God, fire this motherfucker. Bring me in Vrabel. Give me Vrabel right now. We'll win a Super Bowl this season. Nah, I'm sorry, Nick Sirianni. You're the man. But
Well,
Vrabel,
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Right now, if you could have Mike Vrabel for the next 5 years or Nick Sirianni for the next five
I'm
years,
biased, so I don't like Sirianni as a person. That's my issue. So I can't. The blinds are too blurred. Like that whole thing when he talked shit to Eagles fans, and then rather than owning up to it at the press conference, he brought his kids out. Chad, I was out forever. That totally rubbed me the wrong way, and I respect him as a coach and as a man, obviously, but as just a general person, I just do not like him. As Vrabel as a general person, I'd be boys with Vrabel. I'd pack a dip lip with Vrabel. Vrabel is that man, that dude. He's a man's man, and like the fact that this offensive lineman they drafted was a Will Howard, that he was blocking with him, like getting a feel for him, see how he could work his hands and his body.
oh, I saw
I
a video. It
love
was
that.
great.
Yeah, like that's the stupid shit as a football fan. I just love to hear. So, that one jumps out right away where it's like he can come in, put his identity in this team. Like you just said, Chad, they probably won't win this year, right? We all agree. Drake May has a ton of talent. He would have to take an insane jump in year 2 because they just don't have the weapons on the outside, in my opinion, to really factor into that division with the Bills. But crazier things have happened, right? So, Vrabel, to me, that's a hire that New England felt like they were doing everything wrong after the Brady era. This feels like the first of 2 right moves, right? Taking Drake May, then following it up getting Vrabel the next year. So